Try again.
Nice try.
It all happened like I knew it would. A single drop of source magic. And, like flies to honey, the monsters swarmed. The rebel panicked. The carnage began. And the Magisters pointed their fingers at me. Just as I'd planned. I was shackled and collared, and sent to Fort Joy. I'd come here to kill Godwoken. But instead I became part of their story.
So, still a bit groggy, are we? Don't worry, the sedative will wear off soon enough. Easy now, no need to hurry. Get your bearings and report to me upstairs.
So it wasn't a dream after all. Not a very chatty fellow, are you? An animal sty? Freight or food?
Did you expect a needle? Shaking her fluffy coat, the sheep eyes you balefully, her rectangular eyes like letterboxes to the void. With one sharp hoof, she kicks you right in the shin.
Fresh meat. Nice. Plump. Banded like a chicken's leg, too. That may be so, but look at the flies. And wisdom. Flies know what...
With two shakes of her stumpy tail, the sheep turns away from you to peruse her hay...
You in? Your guess is as good as mine. Someone screamed loud as a banshee. After that, pure pandemonium. They never even told me what I was accused of. Just dragged me down here. Set me free, and I'll set you free. A fair trade, I should think. A gentleman among jesters, you are. Give that lever a pull, and I gap.
Before you can even touch the lever, you hear a sniff and snort behind you as the snoring Magister mumbles himself awake. One bloodshot eye open.
Is my shift over? Are you here to relieve me? Wait, you're no Magister. You're a sorcerer. What are you doing here, filthy scrounger? Choose your words carefully. My fists ache to meet a new face. Damn. If it's not one thing, it's another. And no way I can trust those fools to deal with any nonsense on their own. Can't leave the prisoner alone, though. He's been nothing but trouble, I hear. If it's all the same, I think it's best he comes with me. Some effect. Come on. And keep your hands where I can see them. Hurry it up, sorcerer. We haven't got all day.
Magister. Somebody will have to take the blame for this,
stroll.
and it won't be me.
Empty.
And I'm back where I started. Nowhere to go but up.
Now, where did I leave my calipers? There you are. Not too tight, I hope. The collar, I mean. Oh, not to worry. In the meantime, your next stop will be Magister William. All passengers have to be registered in the ship's manifest, and he's the chap in charge of the logs. You'll find him on the other side of this deck, in the officers' quarters.
No indications of a storm.
Why, for my peace of mind, of course. Why don't you try casting one of those source spells of yours? See what happens.
Currents of magic surge inside you, boiling, bursting, then breaking, only to fade back into your soul like rain.
My, look at the concentration on your face. All will, but no result. There you have it. See? The collar's function. It neuters you of sorts. Makes you unable to cast sword. For your own peace of mind, of course. Yours and the whole world's. Is he? Oh well. Some problems simply sort themselves, don't they?
She frowns and peers at you closely, resting the back of one hand on your forehead and taking your pulse with it.
Delusions such as these are rare, but not unheard of. I recommend a cup of mulled wine and another night's sleep. Just take it easy.
Good gods! There's been a murder here.
A young magister stands pale and silent. Her knuckles whiten around her weapon as you pass.
No marks.
Behind the magister, a bloodied mass lies in a heap. Gore and limbs lie at odd angles. You can't make out a face amid the mess.
There's been a murder. A sorcerer was killed by one of your own. Lucky you were busy getting your collar fitted at the time, or you'd be a suspect like the Waters is investigating. She'll figure out who did it. Always does. It's a small ship. His name was Finn. Oddball. Looked to me like he saw something he wished. We'll find out who did it, one way or another. Nothing to see here.
Ugly sight, isn't it? Burns me up this happened under our protection. We're extremely lucky no Voidwalker followed the source that did this.
She looks up at you with a mirthless smile.
I was on duty in your room when the murder happened. You were asleep the whole time. You're one of the only indisputably innocent people on the ship. Unless you can commit murder in your sleep, of course. Finn was killed by Source. If a Magister could do that, it looks more like a passenger managed to slip their collar. And the rest, well, you see the evidence in front of you. Listen, I could use someone to keep their ears open among the passengers. Bring me a good lead, and I'll throw in a shiny gold coin for you. How about that? Thanks. I just want to catch whoever did this before they hurt. Did the murderer take him into this room? Or was he already here? No known associates. In fact, he seemed quite averse to spending time with the others.
Come on, please, Losa. That's enough
now. I'm not suited for this. It's sea cow, not sea sheep. Haven't got any shears, have you? People these days.
An elf sits tucked away in a dark spot, lazily rolling dice onto the surface.
Snake eyes.
She chuckles.
I bet that's just what the rolling dice. Deciding fates.
Put a knuckle in it. I'm trying to concentrate.
They don't care about
Don't worry, honey. It isn't yours.
She looks you up and down with the merest hint of a coy smile on her.
Never say never, though.
one of us wouldn't kill our own. They're picking us off one by one.
Can we just skip to the...
She eyes you quite seriously.
Not the future, no. But I can read the past. I could lick your arm and tell you how you spent the night before last.
She gives your arm a vigorous stroke of the tongue. Efficient.
You were in a cellar with other sorcerers. As everyone lay sleeping, you were reminiscing about the things you...
She pats you on the shoulder, console.
There, don't you worry, darling. Your secrets... I don't lick and tell.
Your kind always hung closest to our divine, like wolves around a campfire.
No marks, no indications of a struggle.
You're a human, like me. That means we're friends already. My mum told me not to make friends with lizards and elves and dwarves and stuff. But I think they're okay.
You look like my daddy. His name is Frida. He's waiting for me at home.
Come on. Please, Losa.
A no doesn't become a yes over time.
Do you know Losa? She's a really good singer. I'm better, though. Listen. Ah, there you are. Husband.
It was one of them. I know it.
Would you please tell this very charming gaggle of not at all brat-like faves that I am by no accounts this... Sing, in fact. I'm deathly allergical. How very correct you are, spouse of mine. Madame Josephine Gribbles de Peeb refuses to be... What? What's so funny?
Her pinched face cracks into a great grin, and she shoos the children away from her with a laugh.
Yeah, okay, you found me out. Go on and git, and maybe I'll sing you something.
She turns to you, dark-eyed and dirty-haired, and smiles flatly.
Gotta keep ourselves entertained, haven't we? You'd presume right. Nope. Trying not to find anything out either. Ignorance is bliss. The utterer, the better. Thanks, but I already belong to an elite and exclusive ship gang. We play ball every day after lunch. You're too soft. You take care, though.
Suddenly, her eyes cloud to an unnatural black. Greyish veins run down her face, and her mouth tightens into a cruel... As quickly as they came, the clouds clear. She smiles.
Good luck, Chief.
They don't care about us. We're like cattle to them.
I'll give you that knuckle if you keep carrying on.
One of us wouldn't kill our own. They're picking us off one by one.
You! Sorcerer! Blood? No! Go! Ruff!
You think me mad?
Mad?
Name?
Insufferable, surely.
What are you trying to hear?
Well, you aren't here on my list. Scrammy. We're trying to catch a killer.
Quiet long enough for me to
listen.
Never thought you'd end up a prison guard, Vic.
Well, well. What have we here? A fresh face in this stale hell. Let's size you up, shall we? See if you'll do.
The lizard looks you up and down, like a farmer would a fetching horse. All of a sudden, he grips you firmly by the chin, with the intent of inspecting your teeth.
There's some discoloration, but I've seen worse. After all, one can't expect to find... Now then, to business. You will answer me 3 questions. The first one is this. Can you cook? Oh, goodness, no. And on to the second question. Can you knit, weave? In short, yes, I can tell from your vagabond chic. A bag is as good as a shirt. On then to my final query. Have you the ability to administer the upkeep of one's personal appearance, just as I thought? So, 3 questions asked, 3 questions answered. As per your own testimony, you have the taste buds of a dung beetle, the fashion sense of a monkey in a clown suit, and that won't do at all, see? I'm sad to say I must deny you the I know, but you just don't have what it takes. Still, hone your skills, and one day you may just qualify for a position in a lesser house.
Like wolves around a campfire. Well, we've got this wolf on a leash now. Soon as the Inquisitor gets here, we'll hang you right over the side of this ship with it.
I spent my life singing for my slaves to bring me my supper. Finer fare than boiled roots and rotten tubers. Meanwhile, the Magisters feast on honeyed meat behind this...
I'll give you that knuckle if you keep carrying on.
One of us wouldn't kill our own. They're picking us off one by one.
A broad dwarf sits totally upright on the bench, eyes closed, palms face up on his knees. His beard is a cascade of meticulous plait. He raises an eyebrow as you approach, but doesn't open it.
Listen up, boy. You hear that?
His eyes snap open. He looks at you and frowns.
Murder? Ah, that's what I wouldn't know anything about it. I kill a man. He knows who done it. His daddy knows who done it. And
his eyes flutter shut, and he assumes his position of repose.
Whether they catch me is another matter, but I ain't one to hide my accomplishments. The ship, of course.
A wave of sound washes over you. The unintelligible chatter of your shipmates, the groaning of wood from...
And?
How dare you classify this slop as food? I've seen more appetizing things coming out of plague-stricken pigs.
The fellow cocks his ear, listening.
That isn't anger, it's...
He cocks his ear to the other side, then smiles.
Anticipation. She senses something. I'd hold on. That's all you hear, though. Listen close.
Maybe that has the Magisters more concerned than your appetite.
Don't you get saucy with me when you clearly don't know the first thing about sauce.
You've got ears on your head, haven't you? Do you need me to show you how to use... There now, just like that.
Squeak!
Aha!
His eyes snap open as his countenance breaks into an expression of joy. One great...
There. You heard it, didn't you? I knew it. I knew it. Aye, this is good news, boy. Good news.
Seems to me you should be a little more...
No, you beautiful idiot. That wasn't any rat. It was the wheel. Squeaks whenever the... Burn my beard. That means... If we've been travelling for... Yes! Only 10.34 nautical miles to Fort Joy. Captain, actually. And that figure tells me we're...
The dwarf leans back from the table and strokes his beard, gold medallions jingling merrily.
That'll be all. Thank you kindly, boy.
Your kind
He continues stroking his beard, a beatific smile.
Well, we've got this wolf on a leash now.
As soon as the Inquisitor gets here, we'll hang you
You're
right
one of
up
them.
the side of
A Divine Order loyal. They killed a sorcerer, you know. They'll hide the evidence well enough.
Please, please.
I forgot how to sing. I did.
Ask what you must. I've nothing to hide.
I'm busy watching for clues, sorcerer. Go to...
Till overboiling a bit of cabbage
A
becomes
scruffy
crack.
man lounges against the wall with scarred arms folded. A sly smile playing on his face, he stares across at the Magister guarding him. Noticing you,
Watch your back, new fish. There's a murderer on board, and I'd bet 3 months' pay it's this tramp you found.
rolling his eyes at the Magister's warning, the man named Ifan beckons again. He leans in and adjusts your collar with a sharp tug, balancing its weight so it no longer presses on...
Pinches less that way, right?
Hocking a phlegmy gobbet in your general direction, the sullen Magister settles back to his task of glowering at Ifan. And now, you.
We used to know each other, more's the pity. I was his commander, many...
Standing far back from Ifan, the tight-faced Magister draws one finger across his throat in an elaborate fashion, but says nothing. Ifan grins, flashing pointed white teeth.
Same as he was at 14 years old. Only difference is somebody gave him a bigger sword, and now he's Johnny Big Pants.
Unacceptable. I've never dined on anything less than a dozen-course dinner, and I don't intend to do away with the custom.
There has
No.
been a murder, Your Majesty.
The dead man, Finn, is it? I'd no business with him. And I wouldn't put...
He glances over at Magister Victor, who's staring back at him with point...
Damn shame sheer annoyance isn't reason enough. Long story. Maybe I'll tell you about it in the Joy. I waved the Joy. I've heard a lot. Nothing good. No surprise there, since Bishop Alexander runs the show. Wonder if we'll get to meet the Ringmaster himself. Easy now. I might think the same, but Vic here will blow a blood vessel if he hears...
What are you conspiring about over there? You? What?
Oh, don't mind him. Vic's just got a bee in his bonnet. And that bee is me.
Name?
Magister Victor looks at you suspiciously, then scrawls something illegible down in a tiny notebook. He scowls...
Away with you, at once.
Ifan performs an elaborate pantomime of keeping quiet, one finger in front of his lips, as he leans back.
Coming out of plague-stricken pigs.
There's nothing else I can make, Your Majesty. Turnips and water are all I was given.
Unacceptable. I've never dined on anything less than a dozen... Do away with the custom.
Well, there has been a murder, Your Majesty.
It was one of them. I know it.
The elf is reading a volume of Cranley Hubert's famous encyclopedia. He looks up. He reaches out and takes your hand, turning it this way and that, examining it from every angle.
Fascinating.
He sits back and returns to his book, flicking quickly from page to page, completely oblivious to your presence.
Ah, yes. The nice. My name is Fane. I am a scholar from... Well, it is pleasurable to meet you. Hardly. I've been reading this one for several minutes, and I have yet to find a single insight into the mystery. It is simultaneously too detailed and insufficient. I know the beginning of this tale. Tell me, what do you know of our world's history? Oh, please. I have no interest in... No. I want to know about the Celestial. I want to know about you. This text tells me that they created all creatures. But where did these gods come from? Who are their people? Where are the others of their kind?
I've seen more appetizing things coming out of plague-stricken pigs.
There's nothing else I can make, Your Majesty. Turnips and water are all I was given.
Unacceptable. I've never dined on anything less than a dozen course dinner, and I don't intend to do away with the custom.
Well, there has been a murder, Your Majesty. Maybe that has the Magisters more concerned than your appetite.
Don't you get saucy with me when you clearly don't know the first thing about sauce.
The elf's face freezes for just a second before he waves his hand.
Oh, it's just one of my idle curiosities. We mortals... Now, please, run along. I have a world to decipher.
No amount of pestering will get the elf to take his eyes off his book, or...
I'm trying to concentrate.
Here to register, sir. Good, good. Magister, will you faring okay so far?
He tugs the collar of his uniform and chuckles.
Sorry you're upset, sir, but we all wear what we wear for a reason. You head on in now. Williams will get you short.
Quiet long enough for me to listen.
Keep those bolts trained on her, and if she tries to run, shoot to kill.
You seem on edge, officer.
Standing at the center of the room, you spot a sorcerer haughtily eyeing a pair of nervous-looking magisters. They keep their crossbow trained upon her as she's being interrogated by an officer.
So you admit it then? You murdered that poor fella?
Yes, I did. But of course, that was only the beginning.
She turns her head and looks you straight in the eye.
There are others whose lives must end.
Good God, the woman's mad. You there, sorcerer, go and fetch Magister Siwan. We need to do more than collar this maniac. We need to shackle her, hands and feet.
It means your journey draws to a close. Do stick around for its finale, though, because...
She reaches for her collar and simply removes it.
I'm just about to create a scene.
Subdue her, men, quickly! If she casts Source, the Voidwoken will come. They'll end us all.
She smiles with wicked satisfaction.
Precisely.
What's happened?
lies in a heap on the floor. She's breathing normally, but her eyes are wide open, like those of a corpse. Dark, greyish-black clouds swirl through them.
No.
Oh! What happened? Oh, must have been the turnips. Water? Wine, for good...
The lizard's eyes close as he slips. The dwarf lies in a heap on the floor, his great beard twisted and tangled around him. You hear a faint thud, thud, thud.
No, not the final dark. Not yet.
Her hand lies limp in yours. She's too weak to...
The dice roll darkly. They're rolling for...
Ifan lies motionless, curled on the ground like an animal. Under his shaggy hair, you can see green eyes fluttering as if in a night. His eyes flicker open, but he doesn't register your...
Loosen.
Ifan cries out. Then his eyes fall closed again. No... The hound paws desperately at its snout. It winces as it draws blood from its wet black nose and continues scratching. The dog notices you for the first time and snarls. The hairs on its back...
Sorcerer!
It sneezes suddenly and paws at its nose once...
Can't smell. Can't breathe. Too much sauce. Please, make it stop. Too much. Too much. Can't smell.
The dog whines and continues pawing at its nose.
Not long before this thing snaps into splinters!
Damn, that doesn't bode well.
pass through the door and are suddenly face to face with an undead. His skull is bizarrely angular, and a glorious jewel. The skeleton is quickly leafing through a volume of Cranley Hubert's famous encyclopedia, muttering to himself.
No. What damn fools record knowledge on a... It catches fire. It turns into must when wet. It cannot even resist acid. No wonder they're so bloody.
The skeleton looks up and notices you for the first time.
Oh, it's you. Shouldn't you be running and screaming or some such?
The skeleton groans and looks back to his book, frantically flipping from page.
Yes, indeed. It's the look of someone that wants to read the bloody... Now, if you're really quite finished, I believe you have lifeboats to flee to. Please, I was no more an elf than you are those rags you're wearing. I had a mask, rather ingeniously designed, which allowed me to... A mask that was stolen by that damned witch after... Still, she'll drown with the rest of these fools, and I will simply pluck my mask from her cold, dead hands.
The skeleton holds up his book in one quick, frustrated...
I am trying to discover if there is any... And I will be damned if I let the lives of some mayflies get in my way. Go on. Go. Swim or drown or do whatever takes your fancy.
God damn it! Need to get off this wreck, and quick! Something's pounding on the hull!
The marking on the door was painted recently, judging from its pungent scent. You don't recognize... You press your palm against the door to open it. The wood feels neither cold nor warm, but it doesn't budge. The door groans open, but an ashen shadow clouds your mind.
Death fog? I need to get out of here! Now!
The hound paws desperately at its snout. It winks. The dog notices you for the first time and snarls. The hair...
You sorcerer!
It sneezes suddenly and paws at its...
Can't smell. Can't breathe. Too much sauce. Please, make it stop. Wow! Sorcerer!
The dog whines and continues.
Not long before this thing snaps into splinters! Damn, that doesn't work well. Onwards and upwards!
You pass through the door and are suddenly face to face with an undead. The skeleton is quickly...
No, it catches fire.
The skeleton looks up.
Oh, it's you.
The skeleton grunts.
Yes. Now, if you'll please. I had a mask that was still. She'll drown with the rest of these fools. And I will simply pluck my mask from her. Indeed. Just as sensible as getting off I would say good day, but it's...
The skeleton shrugs casually and returns to his book.
Gods! Something's pounding on the hull! Gods damn it! Need to get off this wreck and quick!
means there's still a chance.
Shut your trap, kid. Children and dwarfs first, just like the old stories say.
The dwarf yanks at one of the nearby ropes to no avail.
Said there were other people down there.
You see those tentacles, kid? It's time for getting the hell out of here.
Thank you! There's a ladder right over there. You can go...
You're gonna be the death of us, you hear? That's what you've been...
The Magister lies on the floor, unconscious and bleeding from a dire-looking wound.
Not a very chatty fellow, are you?
Not the most elegant solution, was it?
The Magister lies on the floor, unconscious and bleeding from a dire...
If you could walk, get yourself off the ladder. There's a... Wait! Void Woken!
sink the ship on my watch. I'm ready.
They who are about to triumph salute.
Prepare yourself.
I thought Voidwoken was supposed to be scary.
Let the games begin.
I've faced worse.
Prepare yourself.
Away! The sea's hungry. We don't know.
I hear something. It's...
I have plans for you, child. Rise.
Honorable Dallas, we lost a ship sailing sorcerer prisoners to Fort Joy. We assume some escaped and broke their collars. Their vile magic lured the Voidwoken. All who were aboard are presumed dead. Yours faithfully into eternity, High Judge Oriven.
Those Voidwoken made short, bloody work of the ship. Am I the lone survivor? It seems something wanted me alive. I thought the Order would get rid of any trace of the old Source King.
The child has a small mirror in his hands. He holds it up at angles, inspecting his eyes, his chin, the crown of his head. He spots you, and his arms snap to his sides.
I'm not supposed to talk to strangers. Why? I guess. Well, the people who put me here are human, And the people who took my parents away are here. Are you a sorcerer? One of those guys that brings the bad void things here?
The child looks at you straight on, unafraid, searching your...
I don't see any source on you or me. I guess they're wrong. Or crazy. No one cares where I go. They know I can't leave the island. It's nicer out here than inside, anyway. They're gone now. The Magisters took them already. I guess now they're cured. And maybe they're waiting, but you didn't die. There isn't anywhere safer. You'll see. I guess I am, but it's just normal to be...
Voidwoken. Those are the same beasts that sank our ship. Damn, they've made it to shore.
I know you.
Bloody collars were supposed to keep those things at bay. Drowned and eaten by a Voidwoken. I wonder in which order.
You spot a strange lizard, gazing over the water with a steady, malcontent stare. His skin is of a bright, blood-red colour. Could he be... Yes, you recognize him from the ship. It would seem you're not the only one who survived the tentacles of the deep. The lizard turns about with the graceful ease of a dancer, or a duelist. You lock eyes with his.
I did survive, yes. And chances are I wouldn't have, had you not returned to the aid of your fellow passengers down in that dreadful hold. You have my gratitude.
Hand over heart, he salutes you with a bob of the head. More than a nod, though less than a bow.
Yes, I'm sure you've all the makings of a hero and all that, but let's not get carried away. Now then, if there's nothing further... I'm sure I don't mean to sound condescending, but I had thought it quite self-evident I...
He sighs dramatically.
Tell me. What do you see when you cast your glance over this ocean? Touché.
He looks out over the water once more, and so do you. A few tranquil moments pass as the waves lap against your thoughts.
As for myself, when I consider this vast expanse before us, I see an empire. I see continents dotted with mighty cities, and shimmering along the soft curve of the sea's horizon, I picture the palaces that formed my paradise. Lost. What do you mean? What do I mean? I mean just what I say. I had a very...
Suddenly, having all the air of being deeply offended...
Well, don't just stand there gawking like an ape at an abacus. Or do you really mean to tell me you don't know who I am? Oh, may the Seven have mercy on their own... I am the Red Prince. Of course you know me.
There's a brief moment's pause, during which his grandiloquent pose...
That said, I suppose I must own up to the fact that I find myself rather in between all-conquering and world-taking. The grandeur that is my fate has hit a bit of a snag. But never you worry. For the throne I was destined, and my throne, truly, a kind offer indeed. And you've already proven to be trustworthy enough. Fine, I accept. On one condition. For reasons I'll not disclose right now, it is imperative that I should meet with a dreamer. I've reason to believe one of them may be present on this island. Promise me we'll look for him, and I'll extend you the blessing of my company. Jolly good. So, now that that's settled, first things first. Even if you are as versed in the art of eloquence as I am, that our swords will be doing a lot of the... As a born fighter, I prefer the perfection of the blade myself. But I'm well acquainted with the secrets of magic, and yes, even subterfuge. What say you? Do not take my elegance as a mask for frailty. My blows shatter shields, and my thrusts pierce armor. I offered the perfection of the blade, and you seek the perfect. Very well. Onwards, then, to victory.
The Red Prince nods and gives you a smile that wavers ever so delicately between courtesy and contempt.
Now, as you're aware, you'll be traveling with a prince. Proper forms of address include your majesty, your royal... As your luck would have it, I seem to be fresh out of luggage, so you won't... Of course, there are other forms of protocol to bear in mind, but I'll see to it you'll pick up the rest as we go.
Hello, kitty.
The cat's eyes are clouded and grey, but it stares at you with a...
What? How did I get... Hey, stop following me. Huh? Yeah, fine. I'm fine.
The cat opens his mouth as if to speak, but his eyes lose focus, and with a jerk... The cat's eyes are clouded and grey, but it's...
What's going...
Ooh, that's a pretty one. Hey, mister. It's a lot nicer here than that stinking boat. I'm sure glad you went back to save the others. Saw one of them wringing out their tunic at the shore a few hours ago. Say hi for me.
Yes, by all means, let us partake in the art of conversation. I intend to rule an empire one day, not a tiny out. To that end, I suggest we... Of course, I'd much appreciate it if we managed to find a dreamer first.
Stay back, sorcerer, and stay silent. Our Godwoken speaks.
We know you've been helping sorcerers escape, Atusa. We have proof.
I'd sooner cut my tongue out than lie to you, Alexander. I know nothing of any escapees.
If you can tell the Godwoken no more, your tongue is of no use.
This can't be serious, Alexander. Come!
You should know by now to obey your superior, Magister, whatever she may ask.
Stay silent, you!
Atusa pinches the tip of her tongue with 2 fingers and brings her dagger to its root.
Stop! My father, may his soul rest in peace, would be disappointed in you, Atusa. To think you would... The fate of our realm hangs in the balance. If you will not help us, Dallas.
Yes, Your Holiness?
I believe we're done.
What a waste. Come. I told him at noon exactly, didn't I? Come on, old man. I can't wait all day. I told him at noon exactly, didn't I? Come on, old man. I can't wait all day. Is he? Come on, old man. I can't wait all day. Wait all day. He hasn't changed a bit. Always late.
spotted something.
I wonder where this leads.
As the alcove opens up, you see the same skeleton that you met on the boat before it sank. He's still not. He's leaning over a corpse, prodding and pulling at the skin of its face.
Bugger. How on earth am I supposed to...
Skeletal fingers reach down and grip the skin of the dead man's face, pulling sharply upwards. After a few more tugs at the man's cheeks...
Damnation. That stuck fast. I wonder... Does the beard... Ah! No! Stay back! Don't... Oh. It's you. I must admit I'm surprised. Perhaps you're more buoyant than I suspected. It seems the human that stole my mask was rather more resourceful than I gave her. I chased her here, but she rather seems to have...
He turns back to the body, prodding at its face cautiously.
Why, its face, of course. What other... A face that seems rather stubbornly attached to his... I would normally employ a tool to delicately but viciously rip the face from the body. I could then craft a mask to hide my bone. But as I lack such a tool...
The skeleton grabs the corpse by the cheeks and pulls hard, grunting in frustration as the body's skin holds firm.
Oh, don't be ridiculous. I have important things to do on Reaper's Coast. I cannot simply sit about waiting for the rest of you to die so I may continue my business in peace. No. I may be... Indeed. I may be the only at least from this realm. As for the others... Well... There is an excavation site at the Black Pit's oil fields. Perhaps there I'll find my answers. I suppose, circumstances being... You seem more... at ease in this world than I. A guide would certainly be useful. Excellent. While we are conversing, perhaps you notice that I am rather skilled in, well, all things. Of course, the arcane arts are my little speciality, but being a brilliant wizard does not mean I cannot handle blade or bow. So, which do you require for this enterprise of yours? I could do that with one hand behind my spine. Now, shall we get on? Splendid. Very well. Let's be off.
Come on then, Lexi. Lay up.
I find only this is not your business, Long Pig.
Don't let this moss muncher talk to you like that. Especially a cheapskate like this.
An intense-looking man steps between the thug and the elf and rolls up his sleeves, revealing well-muscled and heavily scarred arms.
Just stand aside, won't you, mate? This is no business of you.
Lone wolves decide their own business.
The thug freezes in fear for a moment before shuffling back to the protection.
Pay up, elf. No one shorts Griff. Especially not one of you. Everyone in camp's got to contribute. For food, for protection.
Food? Protection? I have neither.
Burrow looks you both up and down, sizing up your
Ah, get out of here. The both of you. You ain't worth the sweat of my...
The elf smiles and bows to you.
Follow me, before more of them trouble us. There is a safe place.
A little reprieve from the din outside.
I magicked you, you're dead!
Thank you for your help with that, thug. Rare is the human who goes against their own for an elf.
She bows.
In this cave, we trust the healer. She is young, but she sees. She knows. I hear of no escapes. The only way out is through. Through the Magisters, through their cure. It gives me great pain. I'm with my family. Wait, before you go, I am not here without your help. I do not forget this. For you, a prize. I save it for a special occasion, but I can think of... Thank you.
The cat's eyes are clouded and grey, but it stares at you with a cute...
What's going on?
Got you! I got you!
I magicked you, you're dead!
No one tells me there are so many children in this Fort Joy. Your kind I handle, but small ones stay in this cave a while longer. Provoke Modi, the wild one who runs...
The young girl's eyes are covered, but she turns toward you when you approach.
Ah, hello. I see you come a long way.
I see you come here seeking a great adventure. Do you find it?
She laughs and looks around as though taking in the scenery, though her eyes are still.
Many people to meet, many stones to turn, and there is a great joy here. Even if we are here under unhappy circumstances, still I feel it. I see it before my eyes. It is not so bad. I know which days have bread and which days have none. I know more bread comes someday. Your life is not your own. Your life is for us all. I cannot say more.
Her eyebrows shoot up.
There can be a way. Amiro knows. But he is gone. Do you see him? He knows how to leave. My protector, my friend. An elf like me, with a spirit bright as new. He is caught by those who hurt him. I wish so much for his return. And he tells you bring me great peace. Thank you. I see something that helps. I see a lizard. He is a lizard of many dreams, of far... Yes, please ask. I knew we must be here. Oh, I do not cover my eyes. I cover the place they used to. He is a very blind man. He sees things you understand when you meet him, after you escape. It is safer here. We make no trouble for Griff. He makes no trouble for us. My home is far. Your language gives me some trouble. We elves... I feel him, but I do not see him.
You are in the wrong place, Pinky. Do stop gaping. Anything can be procured inside these walls. That's for you to decide. I feel him, but I do not see him. You are in the wrong place, Pinky.
ogre, or I'll get you with my sword! I'll spare you this time, beast, but don't cross me or you're really fun. Hey, I'm gonna hide somewhere in the cave, and you ready? Go! You found me! Okay, wait, let me hide again. Go!
This hole is too small for you to squeeze into.
Oh! Wow! You're really smart. I bet. You know what? I know how to spell introduce. It's I... My way is too small for you. You'll have to find another. Hope he brought a shovel.
I've spotted something.
One must put in due effort if one is to reap the proper reward.
Wither, this is my new friend. He's really smart. You'll like him a lot.
Please, small child, leave me to my ruminations.
Tall. Maybe he can even help.
Why? A grown friend? You brought an adult here. Good.
I got it.
Good, sir. You've set my body free. Free to crumble to dust at last. But my spirit... Blood! A spell most terrible. I have heard of such magic, but have never known anyone so foul as to employ it. After he interred me in this cell, he must have drawn my very soul away from me and stored it elsewhere in the fort. Thus, but I know this place well. I could lead you to its likely location. In turn, you would find a path straight out of this fort. My freedom for yours. What say you? Marvelous, my friend. Marvelous. You'll first have to get inside the fort itself. There's a secret switch on a statue of the Seven in the courtyard. Surely the switch will open a hatch, and you'll be led into the prison's main floor. I suspect that within Brachus's phylactery room, you will find the container which ensnares. Brachus would have made me a supplicant, a slave to these walls. With your help, I'll die. At last. With Fort Joy is a dangerous place, my friend. Dangerous indeed. Brachus used this place to build an arsenal. Here, he and his researchers crafted punishments and snares contrary to human dignity. Objects that could contain souls, wands that could purge the very essence from sorcerers. My order would never have used such barbaric magic. I was fully briefed about this awful place before I came. My goal was to destroy the fiend who had been marshalling. I never thought I would become one of his victims. And yet, here I am.
want to be a hero like you. You're a real hero, not only one from a story. Here, take this. It'll show you how to find my secret fort and my treasure chest. So if you can find a way up, you can have my treasure.
I feel him, but I do not see him.
Save your spirit to fight the Reaper. Frightfully busy at the moment, love. Haven't got any liquor on hand, have you? This fella could use a little comfort. All the worse for old Dane. He crossed one of Griff's card sharks and got a club to the skull. Doomed to be sure, but...
Oh, out my face. Them scales won't...
He smacks your hand away, refusing the potion.
You're trying to kill me, ain't you? Get! Those bleeding fools think they run the place. But sure, first, always win. Second...
Is that thing eating corpses?
The creature heaves through lips gummed with human gore. It turns to you with great effort, pain apparent in every movement, and...
You. Quite lost. Careful. Now, a little query. Where grows the yarrow? Quickly now, for I haven't much time. You want to leave? You want to go? Tell me where the yarrow grows. Tell me now, or shall I pick your parts clean too? It's easy. Where does the yarrow grow?
The dog focuses at the cat at your feet.
I'm hungry.
I feel him, but I do not see him.
Amid the squalor of Fort Joy, you suddenly spot an elf with diamond features, regal and radiant, but cold. She was the one who sat rolling dice in the ship that went under, deciding fates with every roll. Her eyes are focused on a lizard some distance away, and you get the distinct feeling he's an unfortunate man indeed to be trapped in her tiger-like gaze. No sooner have these words left your mouth than she turns about and grabs you in a stranglehold. You feel the tip of a long needle being pushed a little ways.
You caught me off guard. No one catches me off guard. Better tell me who you really are, or this time I'll let my needle do the licking. Not so very far from home, I'm sure. This is the turf of Magisters and
a push, a pivot, and now you suddenly face her. The needle still all too deeply embedded. Despite the precariousness of your situation, you notice something that remained undetected in the gloom of the ship. A flaw in her diamond feet.
Let me tell you a little story. Once upon a bad old time, a lizard cut this thing, but now I'm free, of sorts. And I intend to raise the subject with him. No!
She drives the needle in deeper and whispers.
In truth, it does not matter in the least. That makes you a liability. That makes you needle feed.
A bright sparkle of laughter follows your proposal.
Ha! How amusing. I admit I had not seen that twist coming. Make your case and do it quickly. Why should I join you? I will. Escape. How you do tickle me. Most of the misguided dears around here would argue such a thing is impossible. Well played. Oh, little needle mine, what should I do? Push? You know what? Today is a rather fine day. Sunshine and an easy breeze. Yes, I'll let you live. I'll even agree to travel with you, I'm not quite sure the weather will save him.
With a casual flick of the wrist, she withdraws the needle from your neck and smiles, as if she just invited you to...
Let's discuss our respective roles then, shall we? You, me, and Death will be playing many a round of hide-and-seek. So, what role would you like me to play? As a rogue, my speciality is stealth, the quick silence of the dagger striking unseen. That said, I'm perfectly lethal wielding any weapon or magic. So, the choice is yours. My grace and finesse could make a cat's fur go green with envy. Go on, give me the details. Suits me fine. Lead on, or better yet, let me then follow me.
You're not quite certain you'll ever sleep soundly with Sabine in any sort of proximity, but...
I got that special shipment he was asking after.
Take your coin then.
So, this is Fort Joy.
Surely you'll have
What
one.
a crumbling disaster.
Scram, snake face.
I know that look well enough. You're about to pop, ain't ya? Why don't you enter a match and let some of that... You'll find out. Down the hatch, then.
Who will be next to fight?
Warfare is worship.
You come to fight. You come to prove yourself. You come to be worthy.
She scoffs.
To prove you are the one. Never mind. The one does not... Good. Who aids you? Choose wisely. Whether you fail or succeed, you do not fight more than once.
We will rejoin our comrades.
You're not trying to escape, are you? Is that thing eating corpses?